Nigerians' food import bills do not seem to be dropping with the collapse of the value of the Nigerian currency against the dollar. Prices of imported items, including food, become out of the reach of many Nigerians. The National Bureau of Statistics is also reporting that prices of local food items are increasing every day, and the Food and Agriculture Organization is forecasting a glowing prospect for Nigeria's agriculture sector.
By now, the plantain is supposed to go down because this is the season. The price is supposed to go down. But now, look at it. When I reach that place, they add money as if we are doing another thing in the market. Then I come out from that place. I went to the place that I bought the yam. When you get there, it's like there is riot everywhere. One quarter of yam, they are calling 150, 120. Very small yam. Very small yam. In short, I don't know where we are going to.
Price of this has actually increased. In fact, the price of this are like times 10 of what we usually get. Yes, because everything now is times 10. It has increased. So we are just managing. Everybody is managing right now. We are just pleading for federal government to do something about it. So they should do something about it. So the masses are dying. We are suffering.
The organization says poor land management, among other factors, account for the very low productivity in Nigeria's agriculture sector. The high cost and very low agricultural output means that many more Nigerian families go hungry every day.
So Nigeria is heavily endowed when we talk about land and land resources. But the problem that we usually have is in terms of the utilization and also understanding of its management. Because it's very, very necessary for us to consider what purpose land can stand in for. And use it for that particular purpose. Because if not, you are only going to start, something that will not be sustainable.
Whenever you are going into farming, you have to know the different crops have their own different soils that they grow under optimally. Okay, so these farmers they lack this knowledge. This is where the agricultural economics and extension comes to play. They have to disseminate this information to the farmers in such a way that they can educate them on how to attain this maximum productivity.
As the Nigerian government seems perplexed about the high cost of food items, and as local agencies and international organizations predict spreading poverty in the country, the government's efforts to increase agricultural output are being thwarted by insecurity. Across the country, farmers are being killed by terrorists, abducted by ransom-seeking bandits, and losing their animals to rustlers. On November 28, 2020, 44 farmers were killed in Borno State in one day by Boko Haram insurgents. Just last week, a whole farming community in Katsina State was overrun by criminal bandits who have converted them to slaves, farming and harvesting crops for the bandits. According to the Nigerian security tracker, 352 farmers have been killed and kidnapped in the last 12 months. In Benue, Plateau, and Kaduna states, whole farming communities have either been wiped off by marauding herders or their crops destroyed. In consequence, farmers are abandoning their farms and herders are turning to crime to seek revenge against a situation that is making many of them unemployed and destitute. Their actions compound the situation.
The government should also look towards investing in terms of, good policies, that will, in other words, improve agriculture. So we need to look into all these things. They are a little bit complicated, but they are all intertwined. So one thing leads to the other. We can actually attain food security for real, but we cannot do that without getting, first of all, security in our environment.
So the issue of what insecurity actually this is a serious problem that need to be addressed by the government. Like the farmers alone can't address the issue of insecurity majorly. Like people in like axis of the north, understand, being the major producer of what food items in Nigeria. Well, if we address this issue of insecurity, we can attain maximum productivity, and we can even export what we want produced to the outside world.
The prospect for any improvement in 2023 does not appear bright. Just last week, while presenting the medium-term expenditure framework and strategy reports, the Minister of Finance, Zainab Ahmed, painted the picture of a Nigerian economy about to go on its knees. The national budget deficit will be in excess of 11 trillion naira. The minister then hit a nail on the coffin of any hope for struggling Nigerian families. She said that there may not be capital projects in 2023, a clear indication that money injected into the economy through massive construction and capital expenses of government will no longer be available. This will translate to more unemployed people, less money for the farmers, and greater hunger for many families.
The federal government 2023 aggregate expenditure is projected to be 19.76 trillion. This is inclusive of government-owned enterprises. In this scenario, the budget deficit is projected to be 11.30 trillion in 2023. This is up from 7.35 trillion in 2022. This represents 5.01% of the estimated GDP, above the 3% threshold as stipulated in the Fiscal Responsibility Act.
Today, burglaries are on the increase across cities and communities in Nigeria. Many more Nigerians shun on pride to pick throwaways and leftovers from local restaurants, and Nigerians beggars as scavengers population is on the increase.
Let's assume there is adequate employment. This issue of banditry and insecurity will reduce, because 80% of those that are perpetrating this evil act, they are youth, though we are not certain if they are Nigerians or not, but we cannot tell. We never can tell their nationality, and we cannot 100% conclude that Nigerians are not part of them.
As families get caught in the web of mass hunger, many more members get depressed, become psychotic, and roam the streets. For those who resort to crimes like burglary, thievery, breaks in, and shoplifting, the law catches up and the police charge them with the crime. These cases put the court in a dilemma. Can the blind lady really remain blind and allow her sword to come down when those arraigned before the court are not architects of their crime, but a government that has lost grip on a doubting food crisis that may turn Nigerians against themselves in desperation to survive? In Abuja, Nasiru Usman for Signature Show.